Hey everyone, Kevin the Toy Smuggler here, just trying to get set up. Been doing a little live painting this morning. Got started around 5 o'clock and stuff like that. Just thought it'd be kind of fun to kind of get in here and kind of show you what I kind of do. See, try to get the camera here. Little new setup here. There we go. Yeah, this is a painting that I'm doing for my wife. She my wife commissioned me to do a couple of paintings, and it's the Scottish landscapes. I've done some castles for her before in the past, but now I'm getting in. She really loves the forest scenery. So one of the ones that I did not too long ago, if you keep up with me on Facebook, I posted a really nice tunneling effect of a forest and with a little bit of detail and color. Is a very interesting concept. It wasn't just full of different stuff. There's a really good focal point. In this painting here is this tree here. I can show you the artwork. See, this is a picture of it. Almost looks grayscale in here. There's a touch of color in here. And what I do is I actually keep, when I get a photo, I usually make a grayscale version, which on the camera here, you really can't tell much of a difference, but this is the color version. So I keep a full color shot of the reference material, and I usually make a grayscale. And then also up here, I do a posterize. And what a posterized version does is kind of blocks and separates certain color points that maybe even your eye don't see. Because there's always in real life color in play constantly, even though sometimes our eyes at the moment don't capture it. And even that's why with some photos, you may notice a hint or a hue of color that you normally don't see. Michael, good morning this morning. Appreciate it, bro. See what you got. Beautiful. Thank you very much. And one cool thing, thank you for mentioning it's beautiful and everything. And that's another reason why I love that when my wife gets me to do these kind of paintings, because I typically, y'all know me, I do them Star Wars, Conan, Flash Gordon. Is this right here is great contrast, but at the same time, you really need to study these earthy elements and stuff, because to any great idea to a painting, especially like with a character like Flash Gordon, He-Man, great characters deserve great backgrounds. And that's something that these right here, this is all about. This is not about a character, but in a sense, your backgrounds can be a character. And that's, I've seen a lot of paintings of great characters, which the figure they create was really good, but the lack of a good background really hurts a picture. And you really got to have the subject matter working with the background working with the subject matter. They got to really complement each other. And that's why I really love these focuses, that I'm not worried about some He-Man or Flash Gordon or Conan character. I'm just concerned with a really nice background and trying to get some realism to it, because I don't like too much cartoony art. There's very few. Only kind of cartoony art that I really like is stuff like the Peanut Gang and stuff like that. The original artwork from the books of Winnie the Pooh and things like that. So I just thought I'd just paint a little bit here. And if anybody joins us early in the morning, have any questions, please fire away, and I'm going to check on it here and there. But I just wanted to piddle and play around here, and that way, if you guys enjoyed, want to watch some of this, great. If you don't, I mean, I just try and do something new. A lot of these toy channels and stuff like that, I know some of you people, well, Toy Smuggler, why does this have to do with any kind of toy? Well, here's the thing. A lot of your great artwork, such as your He-Man toys, flip the back of that card. You've seen that really nice artwork, or the box art on some of your, like the Castle Grayskulls and stuff. Boom. That Castle Grayskull was hand painted just like this right here. So in my view, as a creator, this is just important to of a design of a toy working on the box art. So this is practice for that box art. So that's the way I view it. So that's the connection, and I think it's a great connection, and it just adds a new element to the toy experience, if you ask me. Because the box art to me really lends itself to putting the feel and the mood of the toy, so to speak. You know, even Star Wars, and it was kind of done simple. Your vintage Star Wars figures was this picture of the toys, but we all know that that artwork was still kind of iconic in a way, because when a kid seen it, the box art for the vintage Star Wars kind of hinted on how you can play with your toys. So I always thought that was very interesting. And versus the opposite, which was the He-Man stuff. He-Man was more about classical artwork. And I'm here to tell you, the classic He-Man, the vintage He-Man artwork on their box, especially like the Castle Grayskulls and stuff like that, the bigger deluxe toys, boy, that was just fine art at its best, to be honest with you. And a lot of people probably disagree with me calling it fine art, but I'm here to tell you, people, that was some great art. And I honestly think I would love to see all the original artworks. I've always wondered, where was those original pieces at? I'm sure somebody at Mattel done snuck them off to their house, if you know what I mean. And I'm hoping that whoever the artist was, I think Norm done a few of them. I think whoever done those originals should have got them back. So that's here and there. But I would love to see some of those artworks, the originals, displayed in an art museum and really get appreciated for just the sheer amazement that they were. That's what they were. That's just amazing pieces of art. So, Michael, I want to thank you for joining me this morning. Like I said, this more of a let's chit chat this morning. And like I said, I was doing this, and like I said, I've been wanting to do some videos, but I was wanting to do something a little bit more low key, something fun. And I was already doing this, and like I said, I just thought it'd be very interesting for you guys just to see something a little bit different all the time, because these toy shows tend to, I don't know, lately I've been noticed on some of these toy episodes, just everybody kind of going back and re-talking about something they've talked about 2 or 3 times before. And I understand that, because it's toys. There's only so much you can say about a vintage toy. It's not that someone else, and that's where I've been kind of in lately. I've had a couple of videos in mind, and I got to think, well, I know my buddies did this, and my other buddies done that version, and it's like, and I'm here to tell you, folks, I'm not one to want to get on the video here and just pretty much repeat what one of my friends did a video, and I thought their video was great and covered it and hit the nail on the head. So me saying the exact same thing is going to be, not really much of a point of doing so. So I just didn't see the point. So if I'm not going to add anything truly new to the spectrum, I'm not going to do a video on it. I'm just not. I mean, there's just no reason to do it. So let's see here. And I was also curious if anybody that pops on here wants to add a comment here. If there's any Mego fans out there, there's always some kind of controversy going on with Mego figures and stuff. And what's your view of you think how Mego's doing and stuff like that? And just curious, because it's always been it's always a hot topic. And one other thing I was wanting to mention on the new Mego stuff, a lot of people was talking about how they're so worried about the new line and about some of the figure choices. And I honestly think, from looking back, because I keep a folder. It has all the different wave 1, wave 2, and that's how I kind of keep up. If I'm missing anything, do I need something? What do I have? Because Amigo has really in the last few years popped out a lot of figures, and I think people should give them a little bit more credit, because just coming back, even though they started off with a rocky start, they came back. And I think what Mego did was they got a door cracked open, and it might not be 100% the deal they wanted, but they took it anyway, just so later on they could get their footing. And I honestly think, considering the whole COVID crap we all been dealing with, I think Mego Wave 8 is just a great wave. I really do. And honestly, I think Mego overall is hitting more positive points than even Hasbro right now. So, bottom line, I just really think they are. I think they're just doing you take look at Wave 8 and really Wave 7. To look at Wave 7 and Wave 8, look at the characters that are involved versus their Wave 1 and 2. And leaps and bounds. But I said, but Wave 1 and 2, they was just getting their foot back in the door. But now Wave 7 and 8, and I know Wave 8 came out a little late, but guess what, guys? Every toy company's toys has come out late this year. Every one of them due to COVID. So, I mean, give them some slack, people. I mean, and here's another thing I always like to mention to kind of keep people aware. Sometimes some of their questions you're on what a company's doing, why they make the decisions. Hey, this is a company. They're dealing with a lot of crap that you'll never understand, and they're dealing with the different salespeople and stuff here in the States. But you got to remember, they're also dealing with the reproduction people in the Orient, and that right there is just a colossal mess. If I had to, and considering, with the legal things that were going on with China and stuff like that, so it's a wonder we're even getting toys right now. So it really is truly amazing. So I have to think, actually, I think Mego's doing a great job right now. They're coming out with great characters, and it just, I think they're getting ready to hit a whole new stride. And I've been hearing rumors, and that's all this is, guys, is rumors. And the reason I mention this because I'm hoping it's true. Be honest with you, I've been hearing that they're working on, hopefully in the near future, the Planet of the Apes, and I'm like, man, that would be great to see that, and to have those come back out with hopefully even better sculpts, head sculpts, and stuff like that, and even a touch better, more accurate details on the uniforms, like on the soldier apes and stuff, I think will just be a true landmark. And I hope that the card art is, if it can't be hand done artwork, something like a He-Man thing, if they at least use big faces of each character, had their own card with a movie shot from the original film, I think that would be great. Added on to it, so something like that. So, and I know one thing. Mego was a lot of people's, like on the Charlie's Angels card in the Charm, people was complaining about how bad it looked, and they's complaining to Mego. And Marty Abrams said it best: they only can do what they're allowed to do. If the company, they get the rights to make the toy, says, okay, we'll give you the right to make a toy, but we're not going to give you the right to use any of our photos, or you can only use one photo and it only can be the size. Well, that's all they can do. I mean, they can't do what they're not allowed to do. So unfortunately, like some of the Star Trek stuff could have been, packaging could have been truly amazing if they would be given rights. And here's my thought, and this is nothing totally, like I said, I'm on Mego side here. I just don't understand these companies. If you're giving the rights to some other company to make a toy of a character you own, I would want the best possible artwork to be on the packaging to help the damn thing sell better. So the logic behind these companies on not giving Mego great artwork to help sell the product, because if they sell, Mego's going to come back and want to make more of your stuff. You're making money. They're making money. It just keeps flowing. So to right off the bat handicap a company by not letting them use the artwork, really, that's the generation we live in right now. This would not be on the table back in the 80s. They'd be here, do whatever, make it as cool as possible so it'll sell. Go figure. I mean, and it all boils down to these companies are so, you know, they want to hoard their images, and it just don't make no sense. Images, when it comes to toys, all that type of art and photography is to help, let's see here, if I'm not mistaken, sell the damn product. So it just don't make no sense why you would not lend that out. It's just it's ridiculous. It really is. Let's see. Now just adding some highlights here to kind of pop what I've done with this tree. I took a little bit of liberties on some colors here. I gave one side of it a warm tone and the other side of it a little bit more of a cold tone to kind of give it some depth and some color to it. And when you're standing back and looking at the colors are so light, it really don't play off as color, but it gives the sense of warm and cool versus the colors that I'm using. So it really adds to the depth and stuff to it, and really kind of gives it a little bit more life to it, a little bit more character to it. And I know this is a lot of people like, oh, that's just a tree, that's not a character. But in this painting, this focal point tree is my character. So this is where I got to put all the hard details, the background, everything needs to be slightly, almost like if you look at the background, needs to be look like if you're looking at it squinting and stuff to give it the right feel. So yeah, I think Migo's doing good. Hasbro is as usual touch and go at best. I've been seeing some new Star Wars figures out. The the Black Series. The I seen the Luke Skywalker in a brand new box packaging lately. I put it in my hand. At first, I was going to grab it because I liked the part of that it was in a box where I can open it up, check it out, and put it back in the box. I like that, even though I do like the going back to make it look like the vintage artwork, but I don't like that it's sealed up. I don't like that because I'm an artist. I like touching the figures, and that's how I learned how to sculpt and design things. So I had it in my hands, and then I went back there to I was at one of my Walmarts that sells Amigo stuff, which is only one, and they had some new Migos there, and I ended up buying like 5 Migo figures. So yep, I had to put the $20 Star Wars figure because I bought so many Migos. Yeah, I could have went ahead and got it, but still, it just unfortunately Star Wars has such a negative taste going on. I just it's they've really taken the fun out of it for me anyway. I mean, it's just I'm not saying I'm not being ugly about Hasbro and Disney, but at the same time, it's just you know what kills me is the Mandalorian has done such a great job with the Mandalorian, but yet the only thing you're seeing is that freaking child baby Yoda thing, and which don't get me wrong, I think you should push it, but they've done everything with it, and guess what? I see it sitting on the shelves. No Mando, no Cora Dune. We got one version of each, and they came out very limited stock. Poof, they're gone. Everybody's trying to jack it up on the eBay and stuff. So it's just like, as long as Disney has been in business on selling merchandise, I just think they could have done a little bit better job. And when they recognized, hey, we got a good thing here on how to market it. And it's just amazing to me how these companies can keep making colossal bad decisions for so frequently. It just blows my mind how Y'all just can't get it right to save your lives. But yet then I'm seeing also on the Star Wars shelves all these fleet mission crap. And I'm here to tell you that all that stuff is crap. Disney and Hasbro's just wasted all that money that they spent on it. I'd love to know the number, how much they spent on tooling and the making of these toys, because I really think if all that money would have been invested back into the Black Series, our snow speeder that you're probably not going to get your hands on for under $150 would be much cheaper, because they could be able to afford to pop enough of them out to where we could all find one. So it's just ridiculous. It really is. I just and my thinking of it, I know a lot of people. Well, the little kids need to have their figures. Let me remind you guys, when the original Star Wars first came out, I was a little damn kid. I was real small, and those regular 5-point figures were good enough. We didn't need child down versions of this crap. I mean, we just didn't need it. I mean, we wanted stuff that looked like the movies, and I just don't understand why they think the kids today would have to have a dumbed down version instead of just having the regular version. I don't get that. So it don't make much sense at all. It really doesn't. So I just think it's just the amount of money they spent designing it on that stupid ZBrush crap, and then the amount of time you know, tooling it and sending it overseas and making it. And like I said, Hasbro, go to Walmart, look on the shelf. It's still sitting there. So just retarded. It really is. So, well, Michael, if you still out there, throw me a question, brother. Looks like it's just me and you out here. So glad you came to join me this morning. Like I said, I'm going to try to start doing a little bit more videos. I'm hoping between now and going through the holidays, it looks like I'm finally getting my schedule back down to normal. I was going through a pretty crazy few months there. The COVID thing kind of put me at my job. We became essential. So, which means we got even more busy. So, well, I've been coming home, just ain't gonna lie, completely exhausted. Then, I got a life. It is pretty much boiled down nothing personal about YouTube or anything like that, but it just came down to the point, I had more important things to do than just to sit down and make a video. Like I said, it's nobody on YouTube, please take that personally. It's just, sorry, got responsibilities, commissions. My board is just, I'm gonna have to show you guys my board. It's stupidly full. And I got like 3 different companies I'm doing work for, so stay pretty busy. So it's not like I'm coming home and just nothing to do and playing video games all the time. I come home and I got a wife, I got a 4-year-old. Boy, my 4-year-old loves to keep daddy busy. You know what I mean? And and bottom line, if she says let's play versus me making a video, me and her's gonna play. Sorry, that's just how it's going to go. That's just how it is. It's just, very important time to her. And like I said, and I enjoy spending time with her. And like I said, it's just a great time to be a dad, as far as at that age where you can really play with them. They're very crazy stage of discovery. They're trying to do things on their own, and they typically make a mess. And she's really good at making messes. So, but at the same time, it's just, one of the cool things is we go to the store. Last night we was at Walmart actually, and how they up front near the register, they got those movie racks and stuff. And one of the cool things was my little girl runs, says, "Look, look, look!" And my wife thought she was looking at one of them. I can't remember what cartoon. It was one of the newer cartoons on DVDs came out. But no, my little girl finally gets to the DVD she was talking about, put her hands on it, and it was where they had the classic vintage Universal monsters, like 4 movies on one. And she was going to it, saying, Frank, Frank. And I was like, that's my girl. So that was pretty cool. And so getting to influence her, because today's kids, look at around what's on the toy aisle. Man, there's some sucky toys out on the toy aisle. I mean, some just weird, off the wall that just some stupid crap. It just, what kills me is some company paid some SOB to make that junk. That's what kills me. I'm like, damn, fire that whole team, hire me, and I'll give you 10 times better crap than that. I mean, on my worst day. I mean, God, I just don't understand what they're doing here with, oh my God, I mean, I've come up with my worst ideas look better than some of that crap. I just don't get it, folks. And I mean, it's just, and I've never seen so much bull crap in my life of just horrible ideas. And if I had to guess, and it probably stems from these companies, they hire these CAD students that understand that 3D software, and they can work ZBrush, but they couldn't design their way out of a brown paper bag if their life depended on it. I mean, it's just, they have no design skills, but yet they know how to run the program. Bottom line, if that's the case, these companies need at least hire at least one art director who is over the guy that's coming up with the ideas and maybe doing some rough sketches, to give these non-creative guys who run these CAD programs in ZBrush something to work with. You can't take someone, and that's where the only thing I'm against digital art and computers and stuff is given access to make someone who's not a true artist and not a creator thinking that they can create. Oh, I got some. Good morning. See here. You're an artist too. Did you do you use feathering to get your hazy tree effect? Yeah, and I use the fingers too. A lot of my usually anytime I'm laying down here, I'll put a stone right here. Thank you for being an artist and coming and joining me this morning. I love meeting new artists and stuff like that. And what I do, and like I said, you probably can't see it close, but I just lay in a rock here. Don't forget, you got fingers here. Your greatest tool is not the brush. Your greatest tools come right off your hands. And I just kind of give it a little smear, a little pull. And I always was taught that's called seeding something down into it. And like I said, the worst thing you can have on any kind of oil painting is too hard or too crisp of a edge on the edge of your painting. And especially like on when you feather something in and seed it in, it becomes more rounded and real. And when you have that lip on something, it unfortunately just, even though yes it is crisp, but it really flattens it out at the same time. And it's better to have the haziness, because a lot of people, well, look at it right here, it don't look right. Okay, well, you're not supposed to view a painting like this right here. The only time your face should be at this point on a painting is if you're painting it or if you're studying it. But if you're viewing it for pleasure, get 10, 15 foot back. That's how a painting should be viewed. And that's why you do these hazy edges or feathering techniques, like you're saying, because 10 to 15 foot away is where the magic happens. It just works with your retinas and everything just blends perfectly. El Rodimus, thank you, brother. Glad to see you this morning. I was wondering if I was going to be a little too early on a Sunday morning. Well, you guys, especially El Rodimus, should know, I used to do my live feeds like 4:30 in the morning, 5 o'clock. So yeah, nobody in their right mind is awake other than me. So, but that's probably why he checked in. You probably actually woke up early. Oh, the Toy Smuggler's on. So yeah, a lot of my regular guys, they all know I'm extremely early in the mornings. That's just when I get. It's when you're doing artwork like this, you need a lot of peace and quiet, and it's when kids are running around and everybody's going on, breakfast is getting made. It's kind of hard to focus with all the background. And like I said, I got a podcast going on, and listen to other artists talk and everything. And that usually that puts me in the artistic mood of where when I get on here, I don't have to look at it. I'm getting the knowledge from my head, and to me that just is, it's more enjoyable that way. Yeah, thank you, man. Like I said, anybody, like I said, tips on painting, sculpting, like I said, feel free to go to Sexton Creations on Facebook. Ask me anything. I love to help people out because I'm like I'm just like you guys. I'm here to learn, and every day if you wake up, you have the attitude to learn and to grow. I think that is the most amazing thing that you can do to be. That's it's a great humble place to be, and it's really more fun. I think the worst thing place you can be in your life as an artist is to think, oh, I've made it. Oh, that's horrible. I hate to hear people say that. And to me, I'm finally getting to the point, where I'm doing some things for some companies, and I'm really enjoying the fact that I feel like I'm finally getting to a quality of a place to where now I'm getting warmed up. Now I'm actually getting started after all these. Gosh, I've been painting now. Oh, I'm going to tell my age real bad here. I've been painting now for about 45 years, and I'm just now getting to the place where I'm doing pretty decent quality work. So now I feel like after 40 or 5 years, I'm getting started. So, and I know a lot of people think, well, oh, that's just psycho-ish, but no, it's crazy to think this is not something you just pick up a brush and you're a master. It just I wish it was that easy, but it's just not. So it's and I'm sure with everybody's different. Some people can pick up things quicker than others, obviously. But I'm here to say I'm a firm believer that this is something, if when you set it down for too long, you start losing. You start falling. So another great artistic advice, if you're all into art, is take small breaks, but pick it back up. Either draw, paint, sculpt, do something artistic on a regular basis, but never stop doing art for months at a time. When you stop doing anything for months at a time, you just completely fall apart. Keith, hey brother, how you doing, man? Glad to see you this morning. So the crew's coming in. The crew, everybody's waking up finally. Like, unfortunately, my wife rolled over this morning about 4:30, 4:35, something like that. She goes, did you check on her little girl? Because usually I wake up about 1 or so and take my little girl to the restroom and stuff, just to make sure there's no accidents throughout the night. And here it is like 4:35, and I'm like, oh crap, no, I was actually sleeping good, and I get woke up. So I took her, and time I took care of her and got her back to bed, heck, I was wide awake. So I just turned the coffee on, started off my day and everything. Like I said, and then after been up a few hours, sitting here painting a little bit and working on some Migos. I actually just got done last night. I restored. It took me about an hour. Completely restored. I'm gonna put some pictures up. So guys, check back on Sexton Creations Facebook, and I'm gonna be posting on there is where I done this restoration of a vintage Migo Hulk. I got a great deal on one. Got him dirt cheap because of the horrible condition that he was in. But he turned out after just 1 hour. He turned out really good. He didn't have the original those fuchsia pink looking pants, but luckily Classic TV Toys, they had a repo version of the pants that were the purple versions, and I like that. The purple pants remind me more of the comic book version. So I got those, and I thought that would work, and they turned out really great. And the restoration, like I said, I only spent like an hour on it, and was extremely pleased. So I'm going to be posting some pics on that tonight and everything. Not tonight, no, but probably sometime this morning. So keep checking back on Sexton Creations Facebook and everything. And plus, too, I always got to say, if you're not a subscriber to the Toy Smuggler YouTube channel, please subscribe. I'm knocking on that 1,000 subscribers, getting really close. So my regular people out there, Keith and everybody, Michael, if please advertise on your Facebooks and stuff, help the Toy Smuggler out, please do it, because boy, we're getting close, guys. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm waiting to hit the 1,000 mark because I don't know if y'all know on the how YouTube works or anything, but when you're at the 1,000 subscribership, that's when YouTube really starts working for you. You start getting they start you can monetize, and they actually the algorithms start working for you and stuff. Like right now, the algorithms aren't doing a darn for the toy smuggler right now. They don't do nothing. I can put as much tags as I want. I can do all that crap, and it's just a complete colossal waste of time, honestly. Because if you don't have over 1,000 on the back end of YouTube, you truly just don't exist to them, and they don't care because you're not being monetized, so they're not making money off of you. So it's until you get to the position you can make some money for them, then they'll push you. So that's why I don't I've not been popping out the videos again. That's another reason why I've not been popping out a stupid amount of videos like I used to, because everybody knows at the beginning of the summer I was popping out a video nearly every day, but then I just quit doing it because I got to paying attention that I really wasn't getting new subscribers or anything like that. So what brand? Coffee. Sebastian, good morning. I drink Folgers. I drink the mild, the medium version, but I make it super strong. So love my strong coffee. Love good Folgers. I've been drinking Folgers coffee, oh gosh, since middle school. I know it sounds a little crazy, but yeah, it's been since middle school since I've been drinking coffee. And then how I got to drinking coffee so crazy early was my dad was a superintendent of the coal mine, so he'd get up at 4 o'clock every morning, get ready to go to work, and he'd get home super late, like 6:30, 7 o'clock most days. So I didn't get to spend a lot of time with my dad when I was young. So the best time to spend time was I'd hear him getting up before I'd get up, spend about 45 minutes with him drinking coffee with my dad. That was just such a great time. He passed away, nearly 20 years ago. And when I was just getting ready to turn 21, unfortunately, he passed away from cancer and stuff. And so I'm so glad now that when I was a kid, I recognized the value of getting early and spending that 45 minutes drinking coffee with him, because that's one of the fondest memories I have with him and stuff. So anyway, so when he'd leave go work, boom, then this is where I formed the habit of getting up early and doing artwork. So because usually by that time, 45 minutes chugging the coffee, and I've been, about 12, 13 years old, I was hot, buddy. I was ready to go. Instead of going back to bed, I just go back to my room, and start doing artwork, or stop by. My mom had her big art room right before he got to my room. So that's how I got into all that. So see, Keith, the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. Boy, you couldn't said it any better, brother. I believe that. Life does not begin in the mornings until you had that first sip of coffee. That's the bottom line. Excellent, excellent, Keith. Keith is, I'd say, Keith, you probably on average has some of the best little one-liner comments on my channel, like crazy. And like I said, that's one thing I have to say. This, guys, running a channel is tough, but I have to say, the group, you core guys, El Rodimus, Keith, Michael, a lot of you guys who come on here every time, you guys make this channel so much fun. Like I said, I get a kick out of it. You guys make great comments. You have great questions. And I just want to let y'all know I'm greatly appreciated of everything you guys do, because you guys been hanging with me, even though I've not done a whole lot this summer and everything. But I do greatly appreciate everybody and everybody's support. It means the world to me, because like I said, I'm going to be doing much more once we get over that 1,000 mark. You're welcome, Keith. You guys deserve it. Like I said, and I can't wait to one day to be at some kind of convention and for one of you guys. I've had a couple chances of meeting a couple people. See, trying to think, like Matt. Y'all seen Matt? Matt helps me out with the some of the stuff that I've done at Battlegrounds. He's the one running the camera and gets in front of there. And we do the question and answer session that we done. There's a we done 2 great videos off of Facebook already. And Matt just does a great job at helping me out. Great supporter of the channel. and everything. And then, like I said, and he comes out, like I said, helps it behind the scenes. So greatly appreciated. So, like I said, but like I said, the Toy Smuggler is going to be doing a little bit more once we get over that 1,000 mark. Because here's the point I was trying to make earlier, and I kind of chased a rabbit as usual. Was when I was putting in all those videos that you guys remember this past summer and spring, doing one almost every day. Something that I started noticing, I wasn't getting much new subscribers, and it's just like, hang, I'm making 5 videos a week, but I'm not getting no new subscribers. And I ain't gonna lie to you guys, I got kind of depressed about it. So anyway, then some of the things in life started happening. I told you, started getting busy, so it became really easy not to make videos. And I hate to admit that, but I'm just being real here. So, but here's the weird thing. I went back to making 1 video a week, and I'm getting on average 35 to 40 plus new subscribers every month, where I was only getting 4 to 5 a month when I was doing about 5 videos a week. Uh, that don't make no sense, people. So, that, what has changed? Only thing that I can think of that makes all that make sense is when I was doing all those videos, that was a pre-COVID slam. So I don't. Then I think when COVID hit harder, I think more new people started watching YouTube, and because all these subscribers I'm getting, because I go and check every one of them that I get, they look like brand new people to YouTube. They only got like 4 or 5 subscribers. They're all new people. So I think that's where my biggest growth on our channel is. We got a lot of new YouTube people coming on board. So which is great. I guess in the long term, that's really cool. That's good on my part, I think. So yes, I do. I will actually I got a mailing address. So I'm glad you said this, Keith. This prompts me now. I got to tell my wife, give me next week and I will post it back onto this video. I think me and my wife, we talked about it a couple weeks ago. We need to get a PO box because she don't like me handing out her address, which, these crazy times, there's some crazy people out there. So guys, what I do next week when I do get a PO box, I will come back to this very video. So, and I will make a comment on there or something. I will put the PO box. So if anything, Keith, when I get off here, I will go to Facebook and shoot me a quick private message on Facebook, and I'll give you my address. That way, I trust you. You've been on here a long time, great supporter. So just hit me up on Facebook here in a little bit and say, hey, Kev, what's your address? And I will send it to you and everything. Like I said, and guys, like I said, if you want me to do a restoration on something, you want to donate to the channel and want to watch me do the restoration, I'll be glad to do that. And I will let you know where to send that stuff to and things like that. I'd be great. I'm always looking for new things to restore. And like I said, I will definitely be posting sometime this morning the Hulk restoration. I was very pleased with how that Hulk turned out. Extremely pleased. He turned out, like I said, once you see the pics on how rough he looks, whoo, boy, he was one of them that honestly, if you're not into restoring things, you would have just tossed him in the trash. That's how bad he looked. And I mean, I had to get the Dremel tool out with the buffer tip. And then the one bad thing on him, on one leg, and then this looks like a factory deal. The one right leg was not fused together properly. So it had this nasty ridge that went right up the dead center of it. And on the back was even worse. It just did not fuse together right at all. So with that, it really, like I said, most people probably would never bought that one. But I looked at it as a challenge. I didn't have a Hulk. And like I said, he was dirt cheap. And like I said, it gave me a challenge, and I'm extremely pleased with how it turned out. So I love taking on, and a lot of times I take on those challenges. I'm like, oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? This is this is a lot of unnecessary work. But at the end of the day, I have to say it brings a lot of joy to when you take something that someone else would throw away and turn it into something that you would be proud to have on your shelf. It's hard to beat that feeling. I have to say that much. So. Now I'm just going here, layering in some highlights on these trees, really giving them some shape and form and purpose here. And I usually spin. I think on the, I don't know if you all got to see the Thrawn drawing that I'm doing for the Fan Strike Back. I'm actually doing a whole series for the whole new 13 figures that are coming out. And the Thrawn has really been one of my best works to date, and everything. My mom, who was one of my main art teachers growing up, of course, because she owned her own art studio and stuff like that, she even commented and said how she thought it was one of my best pieces I've ever done. So, and my mom not wanting to give out too many unnecessary compliments, if you know what I mean. So my mom's always really been really hard on me, but in a great way, pushing me to be the best I could always be. She's never given me a compliment that I didn't deserve. So, like I said, I can probably count the compliments on my hand. So I can only think of about 3 paintings that she's really, gave me the thumbs up all the way on it. So for her to compliment that one, I would have to say, would think that it would be one of my best pieces of art, because she wouldn't have told me that if it wasn't. So if you hadn't seen that, I will try to, please make a comment here if you not caught that. I would try to make a post on that, because I don't think I made a post on it yet. I've been trying to keep it kind of private because Chris Cron's got a special thing he's wanting to do with this painting, and I'm waiting for him to, to make the reveal, so to speak, on what he's wanting to do with it and why we're doing it. And the crazy thing was when we commissioned me out to do the painting to start with, the true purpose, hadn't came about. It's just one of them projects that we just created with no necessity, but then the necessity showed up in the painting, and the necessity just perfect timing, and that just don't happen a whole lot in this business. Usually we just do what we're told to do with no rhyme or reason, but this one came up with good necessity. So I'm really excited for when the time we get to come out and reveal why, or what this that this piece, the meaning that we got behind it and everything. So see, yeah, just shoot me an email, Keith. Yeah, just shoot me an email and I'll email you back, brother. Yeah, be glad to do that. And like I said, yeah, if you got something to send, that'd be great. Be greatly appreciated. And like I said, guys, I will definitely get on the ball next week and get a PO. It's been something I've been meaning to do anyway, and just been, I keep forgetting. It's one of those things that if it's not up on my board, I'm just not going to do it, if you know what I mean. So keep forgetting about it. So, but no, it's definitely, considering the amount of crazies out in the world nowadays, definitely a great time to invest in a PO box for sure. You just never know. I'm starting to hear, I think, the pitter patter of little feet walking around. Seems like I just heard her. That's one thing. My little girl, she's, for what weird reason, she's camera shy. She's very camera shy. So when she comes in, she walks in here and sees that I got the camera rolling, she's gone. So, which is weird because she's very outgoing little girl. She's very, very outgoing. It's very funny that she is like that. Let's see. Yeah, guys, if anybody's still listening, what's your been hot toy that you got on the hunt for, or something that you guys recently got your hands on? Some of my recent ones, I need to do a here's what I've got lately video. I've gotten most of the new He-Man figures that just came out. I'm just missing the Tila and the Evil Lyn, but I done. I'm gonna look for them maybe today one more time. But I got the guy Jason from Covert Comics down in Gulf Shores. He said he has some, and he's got some stuff. He's got to mail me some new restorations he want me to do, and he said he can put them in there for me. So technically I can get my hands on them right now. So I was just trying to pick them up locally, but it's getting to be what it was. We got to some turd in my town that I live in, and I've made this connection a few weeks ago. This is where these young punk kids, they can't keep their mouth shut. Anyway, I was looking for it, and I asked the stock boy to go in the back and see if there is any. He said, no, there's none back there. And I said, crap. He said, yeah. He said, I know for a fact. He said, a friend of his came in and got all the Tilas, got all the Evil Lyn, just wiped them out. And then that's when I started making the connection here that my shelves have just been ripped and ripped. Always the good stuff gone, and bam, there's the connection there. Every time something new is coming on back there in that stock room, guarantee he's making a phone call. We had a problems out of my Walmart years ago, and we solved it. Now we got the problem of again. So, and it's just then now and they're popping up on the marketplace and stuff like that for like $40, and that's bull crap. See here. Just acquired 5 parts to the Eternia playset and 10 parts to the U.S. flag. Wow, that's 2 big projects right there, boy. Them are wow. That's the flag. Well, you better have a half of a room that you can dedicate to that thing, because boy, that's a space taker. And the Eternia thing, that one's not a whole lot much better. You better have an entire dresser top to go onto that one for sure. Definitely, I've not ever tried to acquire either one of those. Just for the space aspect, and one, I'm not a fan. I love the flag. I would love to have a flag. Don't get me wrong. That's probably one I would like to have. But as far as the Eternia one, that's not one of my favorites. It almost looks. It almost looks like it would go better with the Thundercats. The way it just, I don't know. I just don't have a visual on that. The place that everybody remembers how Snake Mountain didn't quite fit. It's almost kind of how I feel about the Eternia playset. It just don't look He-Manish in a sense. So so on my end, it's just that's not one I'm going to have a cow if I don't ever get my hands on. I've been trying to get my hands on one of the Horde troopers. There's a lot of hoarders out there on that one. So, and I've been looking for one of those now for about 3 years, and one or two that I've seen on eBay has just been stupidly high. So, let's see. Battlegrounds, yes, we do have some flag parts. So, Keith, shoot me an email on what parts you're missing, because I know we got a pile of flag parts up there. So I will definitely check for you for sure. Just send me pictures of the parts that you're looking for. Because like I said, I don't know all the names of certain ones. So send me the pictures of it, and I will check up there personally myself on that. Let's see. Alpha Tron, good morning, brother. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, and the funny thing, I'm glad you said Bob Ross, because when I was a kid, that was my mom's idol was Bob Ross. So I mean, my mom used to VHS record all the Bob Ross videos and stuff like that. So I mean, we would watch them live, and then we would watch them over and over again on our local public broadcast station and stuff like that. So I grew up learning the Bob Ross style, and I still love it today. I see so many. I know people always say I'm crazy to make this cross references. Bob Ross was for Frazetta, but if you look how Frazetta applies his paints versus Bob Ross, is the only differences is one's based on reality and one's based on fantasy. So, and I think that'd have been such a great thing back in the day. It was would have been to get those two together for one weekend to do a painting jam. Man, what a missed opportunity to get two extremes on both sides of the fence, reality and fantasy. Man, that would have been a great workshop just to sit back, not to paint, but to sit back and watch these guys challenge each other to do each other's style. That just would have been amazing. So, let's see. You put an order in for Skeletor. You're looking forward to Mego Star Trek. Yeah, the data. I'm looking at getting one of those in a few weeks. Uh, Also waiting for a Boba Fett retro collection. Yeah, that one's gonna. Are you talking about the 3 3/4 or the new paint, the odd painted version Black Series? Because I know there's a Black Series new repaint coming up with more pastel looking colors on it and stuff. But see, what was that? The Skeletor. Now here in my town, I've probably in all the different Walmarts within a 20-minute drive here. There's probably right now nearly 100 Skeletors sitting on the shelf. I know one store had 18 Skeletors on the pegs. It's been crazy. 3 3/4. Yeah, at one time, send me a Facebook. See the Lo-Fi guy. Send me your Facebook request. I think Battlegrounds may have one, and like I said, and I can hook you up them, and they can mail it to you. So, see, I'm from the UK and pre-order Skeletor. Oh, okay. UK, yeah, that's probably totally different. Yeah. And like I said, a lot of the Walmarts kind of held back on they had the figures and wouldn't let them out. So they was waiting for the fall season to kick in. And a lot of the Walmarts around here where I live, every Walmart went for this. I don't know if your guys' Walmarts and it went for this whole remodeling. I mean, they just like took a corner, stripped everything out of it, and started throwing stuff around. So during that time, they had the He-Man figures, but refused to put them out until things got to where they was going to go. So total crazy. So a lot of mayhem there when it come to looking for figures here locally. And like I said, I went there to one of my local Walmarts last night, and they didn't have crap. Didn't really have anything. So yeah, and what I'm trying to do here is this. You see me, I've been going from one side. I'm looking for balance is what I'm looking for right now. Is do a little here, do a little there, and just everywhere I see it might need a every little punch you give something. When you take your time and not be so chaotic, ramble, rebel effect here. You want to take your time, and balance is the key. And every time you punch something, you're adding more depth and depth and depth to the project. And it's like I said, and that's what I'm doing now is just giving every little group of leaves and stuff that extra 3 dimension of detail and everything. And guys, please let me know in the comments here. Do you like me doing stuff like this, sitting here shooting the bull with you while you guys watch me paint? If you like it, say, hey, keep on doing it. Like to see more of it. If you don't like it, hey, just be nice. Say, hey, not my cup of tea. Now I'll get it, and no, won't hurt my feelings none one bit, because I know for a fact a lot of you toy guys, this is not your cup of tea. So, but I just like to kind of show, because this is, like I said, to me, plays a great deal in what I do in the independent toy circuit. Is I design custom packages and stuff, and some pieces I've had to do a complete brand new painting on it, because the artwork that I would like to see with especially my 8-inch scale Mego figures don't exist. So I like creating my own. And like I said, I'm looking at doing a new Planet of the Apes painting, just so I can put it on some custom Planet of the Apes figures. So now I'm looking at doing like a also an Indiana Jones version as well. I got an idea for a nice Indiana Jones Migos style figure that I'm wanting to do. And I was looking at, instead of using stock art, which Indiana Jones has got great artwork all the way, but most definitely it'd just be fun. I have not done an Indiana Jones style piece of artwork in a while, so this gives me an excuse to do some Indiana Jones stuff. So like I need an excuse, but Indiana Jones stuff. Hey, it's difficult, but it's so much fun. So see. Oh, thank you, Keith. Thank you very much. Just trying something new, guys, and I wanted to shoot the bull with everybody, and I didn't want to sit there and just talk about some random toy because like some people, you guys are Star Wars fans, so you don't like if I do a He-Man video, and some people, if I do Amigo, but you're a Star Wars guy. So to me, I'm Amigo, Star Wars, He-Man. I like a wide range, but not everybody's like that. So unfortunately, what happens is when I go to do a video on a certain toy line, it's like only a certain amount of a certain audience will join in because it's not their toy line. So that's another difficult part is, and sorry guys, even though I like Star Wars, don't get me wrong, I love Star Wars. But at the same time, I don't want every video I do to be about Star Wars, especially right now when Star Wars is just not being I would say a popular product, so to say. It's just not been a fun product lately, and it's not been a fun product in a very long time. Let's just get real, guys. It's just not, not being ugly about it. It's just not been that fun. They've, between all the crap that went down with the movies and stuff, it's just Disney, kind of let it run amok. And it's really taking the fun out of some of the toys toy deal out of it, if you ask me. Because they focus more on repackaging the same toy that they did the year before. Here it is. We got the snow speeder Luke Skywalker, and I think he's not even been out 6 months, and he's already on his second package. And it's just, and all this does is just fuel these toy mongers wanting to snatch these things up and double the price. That just fuels them. That if you come out with one figure, come out with a bunch of them and keep them all in the same packaging, that will slow that crap down big time. But I don't know why Hasbro, I don't know if it's a Hasbro problem or is this a Disney problem, but somebody's making the choice on that, and I don't know who's doing it. And I don't know, it could be one telling the other to do it. It could be a little of both. So it always makes me wonder, are these guys, a lot of these secondary eBay people could be connected to Hasbro and they're jacking it up. Just I know that sounds crazy, but it's plausible that they could do something so psychotic is to keep it for themselves just so they can sell it for them. It'd be triple profit, pretty much. So not entirely inconceivable there. It'd be totally wrong if that's what they were doing, but no, I mean they're not. So like I said, the Mego front has been interesting. The worst thing about some of the Mego things is some of the Mego fans is just being, a little crazy about certain things and making ugly comments. But that's the only thing about social media that I don't like. Everybody feels like they I try to make comments on things, but I try to be respectful about it. Even if I don't like what Disney and Hasbro have done, I try to just state the fact and move on. I'm not here to bash them, because more than likely the guy who's having to do it that way is probably not wanting to do it, and some stiff necked Thai person's making them do it. So that's the crappy part about working with a bigger company, is you may have the great Star Wars idea, but then you got some suit and tie guy calling the shots, and it don't matter what you think. So you can't really blame the guys on that front either. So it's just unfortunately what it is. See, Disney really screwed up Star Wars. Well, I can't see. Me Too, like most of the older series, including the exclusive what is the Inhumanoids. Yes, that great line. I'm shocked that one's not come back out again. And Keith, to yours too. I can't disagree with that, because they, like I said, I own all the movies, but at the same time, guys, I mean, it's just I'm not ripping them off the shelf to go watch them either. I have them because they are Star Wars. And I think that's where the downfall of a lot of this has come. Disney knew that no matter what, a certain amount of people is going to buy it because it's Star Wars. They didn't care if it was good. Versus the reason why the original ones are good, the creator cared about the project. And I think that's where Disney failed, was these people aren't the true creators. That's why they didn't go by the scripts that Lucas already had. He had it all planned out for the next 3 movies, and they decided not to use it, which was stupid, just so stupid. Keith, I couldn't have said it any better myself. I agree. I think Daisy Ridley, guy that played Poe, and I thought those guys were great. I liked their characters, but then they just took every character. That first film was a little weird, but I liked where it could have went. And then when Ryan Reynolds came in, just flushed it all down the toilet, and it all became irrelevant at that point. So sorry, guys, my hands getting right. I'm going to have to switch over and paint left-handed so you guys can see this a little bit better. But it all became quickly irrelevant at that point. So this unfortunately it's made Star Wars just not fun anymore. Some of the new Migos I've got, and I actually last weekend up in Sevierville, Tennessee, went to a flea market and acquired an original vintage Green Arrow figure. He didn't have no accessories. He's just naked. So anyway, I went to Classic TV Toys and got all the stuff and got him looking good, and got him looking brand new on the shelf. Really proud about how that turned out. A lot of fun putting him back together and everything. I've gotten I got an extra headless horseman. If anyone wants to do a trade or buy, I got an extra headless horseman right now, if that's a hard one everyone's trying to find. So got great deals going on that one if anybody wants to trade. I'm looking for the first run of Frankenstein. I've been looking for the one with the green skin Frankenstein with the jacket and everything. That's one I've been looking for, and can't find a decent price on one. So I'm willing to trade on one of those if anybody's got something. So just required a Johnny Quest from Classic TV Toys. I was a little unhappy with it. The paint job on the face wasn't that good, and I had to spend about an hour doing a new face paint on it. And it looked like the gauges that got wrapped around its head, it's where you got like 3 different colors on the head. They put a mold around it so they can spray it. Looked like it got in there crooked. It didn't go in there, didn't seat in that gauge properly, and all the paint was off. Like his white teeth was like, he almost looked like a Joker look going on. So I had to go in there and unfortunately had to repaint it, but I got it looking really good. That's what I'm trying to do right now, is collect the Johnny Quest set. That's my new set going on right now. I'm getting ready to order the Dad Dr. Quest. That's my next purchase. So looking to get into those. Yeah, I collected all the Scooby-Doos. The only one I couldn't get a hold of was the Velma. Not the Velma, sorry about that. The Daphne, I mean. Couldn't get my hands on the Daphnes were all sold out, loose and boxed. But luckily, they had all the clothing on that they use for the Daphne that you can purchase. So I actually done my own version of Daphne and everything. The head sculpt is slightly different, but the head sculpt that I got, to me, seems to work just fine. It actually looks slightly bigger than the one they actually used. So I was extremely pleased with how that one turned out. So we'll lay in. Guys, if you got any more questions, I'm probably going to stop here real soon. I'm going to take me a break. I've been in here for a few hours and see if I can't get in there and get me some more coffee and some more, get me some breakfast in me. But this is what I'm going to be doing is just take a section, bounce back and forth. I'm putting a little bit more texture in. I'm probably going to be coming in and throwing in some darks because on this painting, the difference than what I was typically normal doing is the average painting I usually do, the highlights are on this side of the ball game, but on this one, the true highlights are on the back end. So I'm going to be putting in this leaf detail that I got going in now, and probably later today or in the morning, I'll come back in with some more shadowing technique and layer on top of that. So I'm having to work backwards versus going from dark to light. I'm actually having to go from light to dark. So I've been going back and forth, playing with it, trying to get the right feel that I'm looking for here and everything. So if anybody's got any more questions, please shoot them pretty quick here because I'm going to wrap up here in the next couple minutes. See here. Wait a long time. See. Time and missed out on the first Scooby-Doo 2-pack, but I got all the new line with the Falcon. Oh, okay, yeah, all the new figures that are out. I like the new the van. I like the new van, and I was hoping that new van would be in scale for the Mego figures, but it's not. And so I'm looking at two things that I would love to make. I would have to get me some styrene if I want to, but I would love to make a Mego scale mystery machine, and I would love to make a 8-inch scale Mego version of the Galileo ship for Star Trek. I think what a cool way, and I was wanting to make it to where I can take one whole side off of it, hang it from the ceiling to where you can see all the figures inside of it. So almost like it's a ship, the key to play with, but at the same time it's a display. So that's something I thought about doing. I thought that would be really cool and really fun to put together. And honestly, I could probably make it out of styrene if I really want, not styrene, but foam core if I really wanted to. So that's a possible option as well. I have not seen the new Scooby-Doo cartoon, but I think it's you, Keith. I think you were the one before on my channel actually said that it actually turned out really good. So that might be one on DVD. I'm definitely going to have to pick up because I got my little girl. She loves the Scooby-Doo. She don't like the original, but she does. She likes the version I like, the Mystery Incorporated version. I think that's probably one of the all in all decent artwork with great storytelling all in all together. So and everything. But guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. But this is the painting I'm working on. And like I said, when I get this one done, I will definitely show you guys the finished product on Facebook. Just keep an eye out on Sexton Creations Facebook. Kind of give you an up and down version there. Stuff like that. But a lot of fun. Like I said, I love it when my wife gives me these to do because it gives me a chance to concentrate more on my background instead of always being character driven and stuff. Because like I said, you can have a great iconic character, but if your background is so irrelevantly not there or it sucks so bad, it will take away from your characters. And that's something I always stress, that my Bob Ross upbringing has really kept that in the forefront. And these are just fun to do. There's no pressure here. I get to just to relax and play and have fun, and that's what toys and artwork's supposed to be and everything. So guys, if you can, if you're not a subscriber here to Toy Smuggler, please hit subscribe. Come join me on Facebook, Sexton Creations. Constantly got some more stuff coming up in the works. Always involved in something crazy. I will definitely be October 3rd, the first Saturday in October. I will be down with Martin Gillard with the whole toy swap meet. Definitely going to be there, just like I was the last time a few months ago. Love that. I thought that was one of the best outside toy little conventions I've ever been a part of. Just great people, great toys, just loads of fun. So guys, you have a good one. I'm the Toy Smuggler. Hope you guys have a great day.